Raj. Hello everyone, this is Sushma, Business Manager at Inoject, and today I'll be presenting to you our flagship product Maplytics. Maplytics is a locational intelligence tool that you can use to visualize your dynamic CRM data on the map. So let's take a look over the agenda for today's webinar. Starting with a quick overview about the growth of Maplytics over the years, and then we'll be seeing about the scope of Maplytics into the market and its impact. Next, we'll be having a quick overview about the features that I'll be covering within this webinar, which will be followed by the live demonstration of those features. And lastly, we'll be having a Q&A session. Before we dive into the session, let me give you a quick brief about Inoject. Inoject is one of the leading service providers in an ISP. We have been into the business for more than a decade now, and our blogs are also well known among the CRM community. Apart from Maplytics, we also have been focusing on building productivity apps which reduce multiple steps in CRM with one-click solutions. You can see few of our offerings listed over the slide here. Besides developing apps, we are also a system integrator and we assist our partners and customers with offshore development services. If you would like to discuss any of your requirements for the same, you can contact us at crm@inogic.com. Let's move on to Maplytics. Maplytics is a locational intelligence tool that is most preferred and it can be used to get the geographical insights for your CRM data. It is natively built inside the CRM, so everything runs within the CRM and no data is hosted outside the CRM. Let's take a look over the growth of Maplytics over the years. Maplytics has been there for more than a decade now. We started in 2011 as a store locator and we developed it more as our team researched about the customers' requirements. And of course, our valuable feedback from our customers and partners contributed a lot. As we grew, we added proximity search, routing optimization, territory management, and many more features over the period. Now let's move on to understand the importance of locational intelligence. According to the executives worldwide, the locational component in business performance has been playing a major role in many business sectors like finance, retail, logistics, real estate, and tourism. Further, its importance is going to increase even more into the coming few years. If you look at this chart, it shows the locational intelligence is really important to the businesses irrespective of their industry verticals, be it B2C, B2B, industries like healthcare, finance, technology, manufacturing, education, or be it any other industry. The locational intelligence information has been playing a major role in business performance. Moreover, in any business, the locational intelligence is being used by people into various job functions. It is not just limited to the C-level corporate leaders of the company, but also the people into R&D, operations, marketing and sales, and many other job functions. And they are utilizing the location information into their day-to-day work. Let's take a look over this chart. This shows various use cases that require locational intelligence. Users use cases like data visualization, logistics, fleet routing and tracking, and many other are of great importance in various organizations. And Maplytics is one such solution that will help you to fulfill these use cases. Before we start with the overview of the features to be covered into this webinar, let's see a few examples of the impact of Maplytics into business. With Maplytics in use, the organizations are able to reduce mileage costs by 10 to 30%. And we all know how valuable it is to save fuel in times where the price is increasing. Scheduling field trips that used to be a tedious process with Maplytics, people are now able to save 1 to 2 hours daily, and that amounts to about $800 of money each month. Moreover, while managers used to spend 4 to 5 hours on managing territories, Maplytics has reduced it to a few hours, along with a better visual administrations and alignment of the territories. So basically, while you are planning these routines and processes, Maplytics helps you to make the most out of it. So, like I said, Maplytics can be used by many profiles in an organization, be it marketing team to plan a campaign for promotional event, or be it research team to get the analytical visualization of the data, the sales team to execute their plans, or the operational team to formulate database strategies. In this webinar, I'll be focusing on the benefits of Maplytics for the sales rep and the sales managers. I'll be demonstrating how sales reps will be able to create their daily routines seamlessly, as well as their managers can assign the responsibilities and further monitor their performances. So let's take a look over the focal points for today. So basically, we'll be answering some of the questions written over here. So we'll start with the data visualization, and we'll see how to see the categorized data into the various regions required. Next, we'll be seeing the route optimization. So salespeople will be able to use Maplytics to create their routes for the day and search for the nearby locations and further make changes based on the unplanned situations as well. The next feature we have on the list is the real-time tracking. And we'll be able to see how the sales manager will be able to track their salespeople into the real time as well as into the past schedules. The next feature we have is auto scheduling. So with this feature, we'll understand how to create multi-day routines for multiple reps automatically along with the consideration of their availability. The last feature we have on the list is the territory management. So we'll see how the sales manager can create the sales territories and further align them to get the proper distribution of the workload. So let's start with the live demonstration of the features. And here I am into my demo instance of Maplytics. So here you can just open any of the entities and you will be getting the two map buttons on the ribbon over here. So I can just click on the detailed map. Detail map basically provides you this plot record card. So plot records card will be helping you to select a search criteria how you want to plot your data on the map. So as a salesperson, let's start with understanding how you will be able to create the routes for the day and further make changes to the route based on the situations that you face within the field. To start planning for a route, you first need to have the visualization of your clients on the map to understand the locational insights of the location of the client. So here to plot the location, plot the clients on the map, you have several search criteria over here. So like by location, by region, by drawing, by territory, and by template. So let's understand each of them one by one. So starting with by location. Now here you can select the entities that you want to plot on the map. So these are the entities that you have within your CRM. You can also plot any of your custom entities as well. So here I'm choosing accounts for an instance. Now here you will be getting all of the views that you have within your CRM listed over here. You'll be getting the personal views. You can see the system views, the dashboards, and the marketing list. So here you can choose any of the personal views or you can choose any of the system views like my active accounts, my leads, my opportunities like that. So you can choose any of the views that you need to plot on the map and have the client details into it. So these are the records that have been plotted based on the view that I have selected. I have selected one of the personal view. Right. Now here you can hover on the push pins. You can further click on the push pins to see further details about your records plotted on the map. Now whatever records that you have plotted on the map will also be available into this view data grid. So here you will be able to just put some value into it. You can also filter your records or you can simply click on the column header in order to sort your data based on any particular attribute. Now here you also get some mass actions that you can perform on all of the data that you have plotted on the map. You can further categorize your records as well. Let's say you want to categorize it based on any particular attribute. So here you can see the attributes are listed over here. These attributes are nothing but the fields that you have within the selected data source. Okay, let's say you want to see the clients based on the industries they fall into. You can just choose industry over here and click on search. So this will plot the data based on the categorization of the industries they fall into. So you can see the push pins have now been plotted into different colors and the shapes. So you can just open this category card, which will help you to read which push pin is belongs to which particular industry. And if you want to focus on any particular industry, you can just deselect the rest. So you can do that. Now this is the option of by location. Let's say you want to search for your clients based on certain region. So here you can use the next option, which is by region option. So here you can see many options are there. So you can plot the postal codes, or let's say cities, states, whatever you want. So let's say I'll go for the postal codes. So here I can just put some postal codes over here like this, and I can put the country and I can click on search. So this is the option of by region that will help you to visualize your clients based on various regions that you have entered. So here you can see the postal codes have been plotted on the map, and if you click on the postal codes, you'll also see the summary card based on the records that belong to that postal code. And because we had categorized it based on the industry, it has also given the summary based on the various industries of the records. So likewise, you can plot any of your regions that you need and the respective clients that exist into those regions. Now, next option is by drawing. For example, if you want to search for your clients based on any particular area into the field and that cannot be defined by the geographical boundaries, in that case, you can use this option of by drawing, and this is the drawing tool. You can choose the respective drawing tool that you want, and this is the freehand drawing tool that I'm using. You can just draw a shape over here, or let's say polygon if I want, or let's say it's circle, whatever shape that you want, and you can just click on search. So this will allow you to search for all of the records that belong to the drawn shape. And again, it's an enclosed area that you have plotted on the map. So you can click on that enclosed area, and again, you will be getting the summary card for all of the records that belong to that particular region, the drawn shape that you have plotted on the map. Now, the next option is by territory. Now, many of the organizations follow the system of having territories created for salespeople. This basically organizes how which of the clients are have been assigned to the respective sales rep and which of the clients they are responsible for. So, if in case you have been given a certain territory to handle, you can plot your territory using this option of by territory. So here you can just choose the territory that you have been assigned with, and you can click on search. So this is how it will plot the territory that you have been assigned with, and you can also click on the territory to see further details about the summary of the records that fall into the territory. So just by looking at it, you are able to understand how much area that you have to handle and which of the clients you are responsible for. And the last option is by template. For example, while using Maplytics, you want to search something very frequently. Well, let's say whenever you come to Maplytics and you search for your territory every time. So in that case, you can save your time with the use of by template. So you can plot your search once and save it as a template over here. And come back to the plot records card, and here just select the template that you have created and directly plot the template on the map. So this saves your time, and it will plot your required search criteria directly just by selecting the template. So these are the options, search criteria that you can use in order to plot your clients on the map based on your requirements. Now I'll show you another very useful search criteria that you can use in order to search for your client. For example, if you do not have any requirement of searching for your clients based on any certain region, in that case, you can simply plot all of your clients, and you can focus on the clients that are most nearest to you. In that case, you can use the feature of proximity search. So to use proximity search, you can just right click anywhere on the map. It can be a location, it can be a record as well. You can right click anywhere on the map. So basically it has to be the current location which will be relevant so that you will be able to search for the most nearest clients. In that case, I can right click and set it as current location. Now here you can enter the radii. Okay, so you can enter at a most of 3 radii together. And here I can click on search. So here, as the name suggests, proximity search. It will search for the records that are within the proximity of the entered radii, right? Here, now here, just by looking at it, you are able to understand which pushpin is near or far in terms of the straight line from the current location. Apart from this, it will also give you an additional information of the line of sight distance. So this line of sight distance is nothing but the straight line distance from the current location. So you are able to understand based on this information which pushpin is near or far in terms of straight line from the current location to the individual pushpins. Now, in that case, if let's say you want to go and travel to any particular client, in that case, the straight line won't be the practical distance that you'll be traveling. To help with that, we have the option of show travel distance. So you can select this option of show travel distance and you can click on search. So what is show travel distance? It will allow you to search for the shortest travel distance from the current location to each of the push pins. Right. So now it will give you two distances, the line of sight distance and the shortest travel distance. Based on the two distances, you will be able to understand which push pin is near or far in terms of traveling to that particular push pin. And based on the two distances, you will be able to select the customers that you want to go and now on the push pins, or if I click on the push pins, you can see two distances are there, line of sight distance and the shortest travel distance, right? So using this proximity search, you're able to get the details of the clients that are closely existing to your current location, and you can further move ahead for searching for the for creating the route for it. Now here you can notice I have selected the current location manually, but if you're using Maplytics into the mobile, there's also an additional button at the right hand side, which is called the Locate Me button. If you click on that Locate Me button, that will fetch your current GPS location of your device, the mobile or the tablet, and it will plot it as the current location, which means that you will be able to search for the records that are nearby around your current GPS location as well. Right. So now going ahead with this proximity search into my desktop, I have this proximity search plotted on the map. And now I can go ahead and I can select some records, the clients that I want to go and meet. So here as a salesperson, you can decide on the clients that you want to go to meet, and you will be getting the several options over here, set as a region, set as destination, and adding to a route. So you can select add to route. So here you can notice that here you have selected only one waypoint, but two more waypoints have appeared by itself. What is the reason? This is a very useful ability that Maplytics provides. Let's say that while you are traveling on the map, on the field, every day two locations are always constant, the starting and ending location. For example, if you start your day from office and end your day to home, in that case office and home remains the constant location every day, right? Which is why we have given the option of setting your details into the configuration detail record. So here every user, every Maplytics user and every salesperson can set the default settings within the configuration detail record. And because the default locations for the origin and destinations is very useful while you are traveling on the field, you can save it as the default locations within the configuration detail record. And whenever you are trying to create a route for yourself, those locations will get fetched by default on the map. So this is the place where you can select the default origin and destination, right? Now, similarly, I can select some more records and I'll be able to add those clients to my route like this. Okay, now here you have several options. Right, you can see some options are already selected. Again, this comes from the configuration detail record. So configuration detail record basically helps you to select the default settings for Maplytics. Okay, now here you can select whether you want to optimize the route based on the shortest time or shortest distance. If you want to avoid highways, avoid toll roads, or if you want to see the traffic on the map or not. So you can select these options and then you can click on go. So this will give an optimized route created based on the selection of the clients that you have done. So this is the route that you have received over here, and this is the optimized route that you have got. And now you can save this route as well. Okay, so here you can just save this route. Let's say I'll just give it a name. Okay, and you can just select the date over here. Let's say I'll go for next day. I'll just go for another day into future. And now I can select the respective date. Okay. And here you can select yourself or you can select any of your colleague as well. Now I'll click on save. Okay, so whatever routes that you have selected and created into the Maplytics, all of those routes will get created under this route entity. So this is our entity, Maplytics entity that we have added. So you can just go to the route entity, and here you will be able to see all of the routes that you have created using Maplytics. So here you can see the route, or else you can simply go to the activity entity as well. It will also get saved into the activity entity. While you're using the mobiles and the tablets, it is also very easy to just go for the activity entity, see the calendar, and see all of the routes that you have scheduled, and then you can simply see the route details. So here, this is the route that I just plotted a few minutes ago. I can just open this route. Now, this route will contain all of the details regarding the route, who has been assigned with the route, and how many clients that the salesperson that has to go and meet, and the distance and the time the person has to travel on the field. Now, you can simply click on the plot route button in order to plot your route on the map. So now, while you are starting to travel on the field, you can just simply plot the route on the map, and you can go ahead and follow the route on the map. To follow the route, we have given this option of navigation button. So you can just click on this navigation button and you will be able to see the turn by turn directions. You can see the whole route, as well as you can see the parts of routes as well, like A to B, B to C, like that. So by default, it will take you to the Google Maps, and it will also support, Maplytics also support another app which is called the Waze app, W-A-Z-E. Okay, so every Maplytics user, every salesperson have the ability to select their default preferred app. Okay, into the configuration detail record. So here you can select the preferred app, and based on the configuration detail record, you will be able to navigate yourself into the for the turn by turn directions. So these turn by turn directions will help you to meet the clients right on time, and you will be able to avoid missing any meetings with the clients. So this is how you will be able to create the route and save the route and plot the route. Now that you are traveling on the map using the turn by turn directions, you can further perform some actions on the respective client record. Let's say you have gone for the meeting with this particular client, and if you have added any record image as well, so you will be able to see the image record as well on the hover and the tooltip card. Okay, so here you can see further details about the record, and if you want, you can perform some actions. For example, you can create the task, you can create the phone call for that particular client, and if you want to, if let's say your client has requested for another appointment, you can simply create an appointment for that particular client as well. Or let's say if you want to add some details to any particular values to any particular field into the CRM record, you can simply use the button of open record right from the tooltip card, and here you will be able to open this record, enter the details, save it, and come back to the Maplytics map. So this is how you can perform several more actions on the client records that you have gone for the meeting. Now, while you are traveling on the map following your route, in that case, you might face some unexpected situations that you didn't plan for. For example, any of your client wasn't able to meet you, or any of your meetings got finished earlier. In that case, you will be able to get some spare time, and Maplytics will help you to use that spare time to make an additional meeting added to the route. So in that case, you have this option of along the route. Okay, so here you will be asked for the records that you want to plot along the route. So here you can simply select the entity and select the respective route, sorry, view, and here you can click on search. So this will allow you to search for all of the records that fall along the route within a certain distance from the route. So you can see this is 0.5 miles of distance. Again, this comes from the configuration detail record. You can surely change this distance. So here you can see the records have been filtered based on 0.5 miles of distance from the route. So this is how, using this feature, you're able to understand which of the clients are existing nearby your route while you are following the route. So you can just click on the push pins of the clients, you can check the details, you can call the person if they are available for a meeting or not. Right. And now, if let's say they are available for a meeting, you can simply add an additional record to the route. And now you can click on go. So this will give you the updated route based on the additional record that you have just added to the route. So this is how you will be able to use the spare time and further increase your productivity within the day without disturbing the rest of the plan. So this is how you will be able to update the route based on the any ad hoc situations that you face. For example, let's take another example of unplanned situations. For example, let's say any of your client isn't at the office, and the client still wants to meet you but on an offsite meeting location. So in that case, for example, if the client wants to meet you into a cafe or a restaurant, so you can use the feature of POI location. So what is POI? POI is point of interest location. So this will allow you to search for the locations nearby based on your selection of center point. So here you can right click anywhere on the map and you can set it as current POI location. So you can see the POI location has been set, and here you have various icons over here to search for the respective locations like hotels, restaurants, or cafe, gas stations, etc. So here, let's say your client has requested to meet at a coffee place, cafe, and here you can just click on the cafe and you'll be getting all of the coffee places that are existing nearby. You can just click on the cafe and you'll be able to see further details about that particular place. Right. And now let's say the client is ready to meet at the cafe. You can simply add the respective cafe and you can just add it to the route. So right here you can just click on go and you will be able to get the updated route along with the addition of the cafe that you have just added to the route. So this is how you will be able to update the route based on the make changes to the route based on the situations that you face, right? And now, for example, if you want to if you're traveling on the field and let's say you ran out of the fuel, in that case you can search for the gas stations or petrol stations. Let's say here you can click on the other button as well, and here are a whole list of the locations that are available. For example, if you're not able to search for any particular location that you want, in that case, you can just put some keyword over here and click on search. So this will allow you to search for all of the petrol stations that are existing nearby. Right. You can just click on these locations and you'll be getting the details, and you can simply go to that particular place to refill the fuel. Now, in some cases, these point of interest locations can also become your prospect. For example, you are a salesperson who is working in a company that sells the beauty products, and the most promising prospects become the salons. So in that case, you can also use the POI's location in interest location search in order to search for your prospects. So here you can just put the keyword and you will be able to see all of the locations that you have within the nearby area. Right. In that case, for example, you have met the person and you see that there is some scope of having the client converted. So in that case, you can just right click on the record and you will be able to create a new record, which means that if you see any particular client to be a promising prospect for your company, you are able to create that particular location as a record within your CRM. So you can select the entity that you want to create, and this particular point of interest location will be saved as a record within your dynamic CRM. Right. So this is how you will be able to be aware of more aware of the locations nearby, and hence you will be able to make changes to the route based on the situations that you face. So now that you have updated the route, you have made some changes to the route, you can also update the respective route. So you can simply click on the save button, and this will allow you to update the record of the route. So this is how, once you have made the changes to the route, you can also update the route record. So now, while you are following the route that you have given, you have planned for, you might also have the need to add some notes or attachments. For example, if you are meeting this particular client, in that case, here you can click on that particular client record, and here you have this option of check in and check out. So here you will be able to check in for the client whenever you are reaching the client location. Before starting the meeting, you can just check in for that particular client. And let's say if you want to add some notes over here, you can do that. If you want to add any attachments over here, you can do that. And here, let's say in case you met some client but you missed to check in or check out, in that case you can just select the time and date when you met the client, and you can also select the reason why you were not able to check in and check out. So here you will be able to see select the reasons and create the check-in. Now once you have checked in on the same route record, same records tooltip card, you will be able to see the same button as the checkout button. You can click on that, and here again you will be able to make some notes. For example, you have completed the meeting and you can just enter some minutes of meeting. You can just put some details over here and just put some details that you want to record for the client and you want to remember. You can put the notes over here, select any attachment, and again here also you have this option to create a request for check-in. Whenever in case you miss to check in or check out for any particular client, you can just select the time and select the reason, and you will be able to create a check-in request. Right. So your sales manager will be able to see your reasons that you have selected, and the sales manager will be able to approve the check-ins and checkout requests that you have sent. Right. So this is how you will be able to use these features to create a plan for your day. You can create a route, optimized route to follow, and further make the ad hoc changes based on the situations that you face on the field. Now, let's say any particular client asked you to meet urgently, but you didn't plan actually the meeting with that client, but you have to meet that client. So in that case, you can simply go to the respective client record and simply see the route, optimized route plotted directly without doing anything. So this is the feature of route to a record. This has to be configured. You can contact your admin to get it configured. So here you can simply open the record, the client's record, and just do nothing, and it will give you the route, the optimized route plotted from your current location to the respective client's location. So this is how any unexpected meeting, if you have with any particular client, simply open the record, go to the route to record, and it will give you the route plotted from your current location to the client's location. So this is how you will be able to use Maplytics to create a plan, optimized plan to follow on the day, and you can further make changes, be aware of the nearby places, and further update the route record as well. Now let's move on to the other features we have listed for today's webinar. So now we'll be seeing the Maplytics usage based on the perspective of the sales manager, right? So now once your sales reps have been roaming around the field, meeting the clients, the sales manager will be able to track the salesperson, right? So sales manager can come to the detailed map, and here you can just use the user entity and plot the users that you have. So these are nothing but the salesperson that you have within your CRM. So here you will be able to plot the salesperson. Here three of my salesperson has been plotted as an example. So here you can click on the push pin of the salesperson, and here you have the two buttons for the feature of real-time tracking. So the real-time tracking will basically help you to track your salesperson into the real time as well as for any particular date into the history. Let's go for the first option, which is the location history. If you want to track your salesperson into the past for any particular date, you can do that. Here you can select the date, and if you want to track into any particular duration, you can do that. You can select the time, and you will be able to track into that particular duration. So I'll be showing you the whole day. Okay, so I can click on search. This will plot the tracking details for the respective salesperson for that particular date that I have selected. Okay, so this is how the sales manager will be able to see the tracking details of the salesperson into the past that the person has traveled. Now here you can notice there are two colors. Let's see the layer menu for better clarity. And here you can see this is one color of the route, the sky blue color. This is the route that was created for the salesperson in order to let him follow on the field. Right now, here, if I just hide this and show the tracking history, this is the navy blue color. That is the route which had been actually traveled by the salesperson on that particular day. Right. So now, if I show both of them, you will be able to see several parts into the route where the person has deviated from the route, right? So this is how the real-time tracking feature will help you. You'll be able to see whether your salesperson was actually traveling the route that the person has been assigned with, or the salesperson has deviated from the route that was assigned. Along with this, you are able to click on the individual appointments as well to see the respective details of the meetings that the salesperson has completed. And in all, you can also see the summary card for that particular tracking history of the day. So this was about the tracking history into the past. Let's go for the next option into the real-time tracking, which is the today's plan. So you have the other button over here on the salesperson's tooltip card, which is today's plan. If I click on this, this will allow you to see the tracking details for today into the real time. So here you can see again, it is showing you two different colors, right? One is purple and another is the navy blue color. So this purple color of the route, this is the route that was given to the salesperson in order to follow the route and meet the clients. Right now here, this route that you see, navy blue color, this route was actual route which the salesperson is being following. Right. So now, in case your salesperson is actually following, wandering on the field and meeting the clients right now into the real time for today, in that case you will also be able to see the push pin of your salesperson moving around the field into the real time. So this is how you will be able to use this feature of real time tracking in order to see your the activities of your salesperson into the real time. You will be able to see where your salesperson is, and you'll be able to guide your salesperson into the real time. And also, in case you need to inform to the client where the salesperson is right now, you can do that. So this is how real time tracking feature becomes one of the most important features that the sales manager should have in order to track the salespeople who are out on the field into the real time, as well as to see the activities within the past. Now let's move ahead for the next feature that we have on the list, which is the auto scheduling. For example, in case you think you strategize to give a route for your sales team yourself, instead of your sales team let them create the routes for themselves. You want to create the route for your sales team yourself. So in that case, this feature of auto scheduling will be helpful. So here, let me plot some clients on the map. So for example, these are the clients that you want your sales team to go and meet. Okay, now here you can just go for the mass actions, and here is the option of auto scheduling. This will consider all of the records, the clients that you have plotted on the map, and you'll be able to go to the auto scheduling section. Okay, so this is the auto scheduling plot, the card, and this will allow you to select some preferences that you want to consider while creating the schedule for your sales team. So here you can select the sales people. So you can see I can select multiple sales people. So you will be able to create the schedule for multiple sales people at once. Now here you can also select the period, which means that if you want to create multi-day schedules, you can do that. You can do create the schedules for weeks or a month into advance, right? You can select the period over here and select the various other preferences for the day. And lastly, you will be able to select the working days within the week. Now here, there's an additional option to select the consider existing meetings. So what is this option? It is the most important option within the auto scheduling. Why? Because it will help you to consider the appointments that are already existing for the salesperson that you have selected. So of course, you need to consider if there are any existing appointments, so that you will be able to create an optimized plan that is the most efficient without disturbing the existing plan your salespeople have. Right. So, which is why this is the option that you can use to consider while creating the schedule. Now, within the advanced preferences, you have several more details about your salespeople and the clients. So here you have these origin and destination, and you can surely change this, and you can also select how many meetings per day should be scheduled. You can choose whether whether it's okay to make any changes to the existing appointments or not. You can select whether your salesperson are supposed to go back to the origin every day or just continue with the destination of the previous day. Now here you can see all of the clients listed over here. These are the clients that I just plotted a few minutes ago, on which I'm running this auto scheduling. You can just put some value over here. You can filter your records. You can deselect the records if you do not want to consider them, or you can make the changes to the meeting durations for the individual records. Now further, within the tab of the existing meetings, here you will be able to see all of the existing meetings that have been created already into the CRM. So this is because of the option that you have chosen to consider the existing meetings, which means that auto scheduling will be considering whether your salesperson is free or not at a certain point of time. Right. So now you have chosen all of the preferences. I'll just deselect this to just make it quicker, and now here I can click on proceed. So this will now consider all of the preferences that you have used, and it will also consider the availability if you have selected the option of consider existing meetings, and it will make sure to give you the optimized schedule for your salespeople to make them travel the least amount of time on the field. Okay, so here it will give you two different colors of the route. Why two? Because I have selected two different salespeople, and it will help you to differentiate between the routes given to the two salespeople. So here you can see two colors of the route. You can see the two different salespeople. So you can click on individual salesperson as well, and you'll be able to see the route for the salesperson. And the respective details is also available within this view data grid. Right. So here you can also click on next, and you will be able to see the details for the next day as well. Like this. So the routes and the appointments have not been saved yet into the CRM. So you can click on the create activities. You can go for selecting the appointments, service activities, or the bookable resource bookings. And here you can give the further preferences over here and the respect and select the create route option. So if I click on create, this will allow to create all of these appointments and the routes to be created into the CRM. And just like you saw earlier, the sales, once you have created the schedules for your sales team can simply go to the activity entity and they will be able to see the route that they have been assigned with, and then they can just follow the route using the turn by turn directions. So this is how you will be able to use the auto scheduling feature in order to create optimized schedules for multiple days for multiple salespeople that they can follow on the field. Now let's go ahead for the last feature of this webinar, which is the territory management. So here we have this territory management option, and this will allow you to create the territories that you can assign to your sales team. Right. So here you can have several options to plot your regions on the map. Okay, so here I have this first option, which is by file option. So by file option basically allows you to select any particular shape file or the Excel file that contains the regions into the file. So this is a very useful thing. Why? Because you are able to plot multiple shapes, multiple regions on the map, and you'll be able to select them to create multiple territories at once. Right. So here you have, see, this is the Excel file that contains the postal codes into the Staten Island. Right. So you can use this selection tool. You can just select the zip code that you want and create territory out of it. You can also multi-select the zip codes over here. Sorry, you can select multi-select the number of postal codes, and you can right click to create a territory out of it. Now here, territory management will give you a very useful feature, which is called the automatic territory creation. Let's say you want to create the territories based on the proper distribution of the records that you have plotted on the map. Right. You of course want to have to distribute the workload properly on each of the salesperson. So this feature will help you with that. You have plotted the clients on the field, on the regions that you want to create the territories, and you can just select these regions, and now you can just select the right click on the selected region and click on create territory. So here is the option of creating multiple territories. So this is very useful feature. Why? Because it will give you the multiple territories created automatically based on the balanced distribution of the records. So here, let's say I want 3 territories to be created for 3 of my salespeople. I can just click on proceed, and now it will give you 3 different territories plotted on the map. Right. So here you can see the territories have been listed over here. You can change the name of the territories. You can also assign the territory right from the map to the respective salesperson. And here's the list of the users. You can select any particular user to assign the respective territory to that particular user. And you can also change the territories right from the map, change the color of the territories right from the map as well. Now let's say you're okay with these territories, right? So you can click on create option, and this will allow you to create all of these territories into the CRM. So within one click, you are able to create multiple territories into the CRM. After creating, it will also ask you whether you want to assign these territories to the respective record or not. So just within a few clicks, you are able to plot multiple territories at once, create them into the CRM, as well as assign them to the respective records as well. And you are able to assign these territories right through the map to the respective salesperson as well. So everything becomes very easy just by using the automatic territory creation. Now, let's say you want to create the territory simply by using the postal codes or the counties or the cities manually. In that case, you can use the other option, which is by region. So here you have several options and you can plot any of these regions on the map. For example, I'll go for the state over here, and I can put country, and here I can just click on plot. So this will plot the countries that I have selected. I can select the countries over here. I can multi-select the, states over here. I can multi-select the states, and I can right click on the selected regions and create territory out of it. Right. So here you will be able to plot any of your required regions and create territories out of it. And similarly, like you saw earlier, the by drawing feature, you can also use that into the territory management. If you want to create territories out of a particular region that cannot be defined by the geographical boundaries, you can do that using the drawing tool. You can just use the freehand drawing to draw a shape like this, or a square and a circle or a polygon, whatever you want. And here you can select the regions, you can multi-select the regions, and then you will be able to create the territories out of it. Right. So here you can notice a territory could be a combination of the regions provided by the by region option, by drawing option, as well as by file option. So this is how territory management will help you to create territories with a combination of multiple regions. Okay, so now that you have created the territories, you will be able to align those territories as well. So what is alignment? This basically helps you to adjust the regions into the territories. So here you can plot some territories that you have created into the CRM, already existing into the CRM, and now you can make the changes required for the territories. Right. So here you can click on plot. You will be getting to see all of the territories that you have created into the CRM, and now you can select the required region. So here you can right click on the selected region, and here you will be able to see the two options, move to and copy to. If I click on move to and I select the territories over here, so here what, and if I click on proceed, what it will mean, it will mean that this particular region will be removed from the current territory and it will be moved to another territory that you have just selected, because it was a move to option. And now similarly you also have this option of copy to. If I select any particular region and select copy to and select the territory over here, now if I click on proceed, this will mean that this particular region will remain into the current territory and it will also get copied to the another territory that you have selected, right? Because it was a copy to option. So this is how you will be able to select the regions that you want, make changes to the territories, and you will be able to get a proper distribution of the regions into the territories. So this is a very useful feature for the organizations who believe into having a organized level of territories for your salespeople, and you will be able to assign the responsibilities of the territories to the sales team. So like you saw earlier, once you have created the territories, the sales people can simply go to the territory by territory option, and they will be able to plot the territories that they have got, and they will be able to plot the territories that they have been assigned with, and see the all of the records that have been assigned to them, and they will be able to understand how many clients they are responsible for. Right. So these are the features that we had listed for to cover into this webinar. Now you can also see the success stories that our clients have shared with us to understand the use of Maplytics, the impact of Maplytics into their organization, and how Maplytics has contributed in order to increase their productivity. You can also see the testimonials that have been shared by our partners based on the experience of working with Maplytics, as well as the demand of Maplytics within the market. Now let's start with the Q&A, and you can type in if you have any queries and I'll be answering it for you. So if you have any queries regarding Maplytics, you can just type it in the chat box and I'll be answering the queries.
Thank you very much, Sushma. So does anybody have any questions? You've got 5 minutes to ask any questions. And whilst you are waiting to answer any questions, Sushma, are you able to share the contact details in the chat, please?
Yeah, sure. I have entered our official email ID, crm@dynogic.com. If you want to ask me any questions, you can just mail me at crm@dynogic.com and I'll be helping you out. So meanwhile, we are getting any questions. Let me answer the most common questions that we get from our clients. So the first question is, do we need to purchase Bing Maps license separately? So the answer is no. Within Maplytics license, we already include the Bing Maps license. So you do not need to purchase a separate Bing Map license. While you purchase the Maplytics subscription, you will be getting the Bing Map license key within the license that I'll be providing to you. The next question is, what Microsoft Dynamics products do you support? So we support the Microsoft Dynamics CRM online, on premises, as well as the IFD and the PowerApps as well. So you can type in if you have any questions. Okay, Raj Babu has asked, does this do what RSO does for auto scheduling? I'm sorry, I have to just research properly into the RSO. I can get back to you on the mail. You can further contact me at crm@energy.com as well to get some details on that. And another question that we get from our clients is, what are the support hours? So we have clients all over the globe. We support the USA, from USA to Europe as well as Australia. So we support all of the clients all over the globe. So you do not need to worry about support hours, and we'll be helping you. And we have never received any complaint regarding the support hours. Another question is, can I create the overlapping territories for the sales team? Is the answer is yes. Overlapping territories can exist into the same region. So in that case, Maplytics supports multiple territories to be created at the same region, and you'll be able to plot the overlapping territories on the same place as well. The next question that arises is, can I plot the records from multiple entities on the same map? So you will be able to plot at a max of 3 entities together, and you will be able to see all of the records from multiple entities together on the same map. And the last question that I have listed for you is that if you can use Maplytics into the mobile to view the route and not. So within the mobile, while you are using Maplytics, the interface is the same that you have seen into the desktop here, and you will be able to access your route, see the activities, access the route, and follow the turn-by-turn directions to meet all of your clients. So if you have any questions, you can just type in into the chat box and I'll be helping you with the answers.
Thank you very much, Sushma. Thank you again for that great presentation. Creative solution, which could potentially, as Raja Babu and some of the others have mentioned, in terms of how field services and RSO works, this is an interesting solution that you can clearly see is available on AppSource. And then you can also have a 15-day trial, it looks like. Fantastic. Well, thanks for sharing that information today, Sushma. There you have it. So Sushma shared her contact details as well. So thank you once again, Ionlogic and Sushma, for that great session. Okay,